So this is part 2 of explaining how the app works and runs. If you're not familiar with it so far, I just called it the Miami Beach Fire Department Checkout. It's just a simpler way to do dailies, or a digital way to do dailies. I envision it like a stopgap slash band-aid for now until we get something like First Due. And if we didn't, this could just be used continuously. It runs serverless and it runs 100% for free and compliant with the programs and applications that Miami Beach accepts, or Miami Beach IT accepts. It uses GitHub as its host. It doesn't have a server, but all the files and documents and everything is hosted and runs through this little platform right here that's owned by Microsoft, and it's just called GitHub. This is the actual repo for our project. Everything is here. The only thing I would do different is migrate it from my name, and I would just make an account for Miami Beach, and this could simply just be transferred. The ownership could be transferred to Miami Beach, and again, it runs completely for free. There's zero fees, zero signups, nothing. It's all preset and running actively. Like if you wanted to incorporate this and start it today, you could, because it's already 100% up and running. It uses Cloudflare as its worker AI, because I integrated AI. It's also Cloudflare is compliant with what Miami Beach accepts. It pretty much runs the internet if you're not familiar with what Cloudflare is. And I use a worker AI free-tier model from them just to give the basic insights and additional help with inventory management and tracking of the dailies within the app itself. The app looks like this, and the UI can be modified in any which way you would like, from the admin panel itself to how the users submit the information. I mean, I kept it basic and simple because I'm not even sure if we're going to use it. But if we do decide to use it itself, the sky's the limit. We could adjust it and tweak it however it is you'd like. All right, these are the latest updates, and I'll make it quick. Now, when you go to the name and you click, it has an inventory of all of the current Miami Beach employees within the fire department. You click your name, you click the unit, whatever it is that you want to do, and it automatically populates the current unit vehicle ID based on the latest spreadsheet that's been sent out by the mechanics. It's already tied into it, so any updates to that sheet that the mechanics send out will automatically adjust here. Right now, Rescue 1 is in spare 1035, and it's accurately reflecting that. If I was to do a different unit, it'll automatically populate the correct unit ID. Let's go back to Rescue 1, start inspection. Again, same concept. You can click check all and then adjust with mileage and all the data as needed. Work your way through. Here are previous errors and issues that I have done in previous inventory form submissions. If a user submits an issue, it'll stay in every single following or consecutive inventory daily done until the admin, which would be you, Ricky, clears it out. The user can put a submission stating that it's back or it's fixed in case you forgot to do it yourself, but it won't auto clear it until you approve of it, Ricky, or whoever's managing this. Keep going. Again, another issue. Let's just say it was put back in service. Going. Here, the user, meaning the driver or the lieutenant submitting the daily, can email a copy to themselves or just return back to the home page, and it will send a copy to them. Regardless, you will get a copy by noon of a batch grouped inventory of all the dailies that were submitted for the day. Now, in the admin end, you can click here, go to the dashboard, and then within the dashboard, you can see it's updated now and powered by AI for free that analyzes all new submissions, issues, etc., and gives you a breakdown on the home page of what's going on, any critical issues, any damages, pending tasks, stuff that's left for you to do. You go to the inspections and it'll show you what unit submitted their dailies, or what's the current status, of every unit in regards to inventory and or damage. You can click here and see what's been submitted and then resolve it in one way or another. You could resolve it, leave it with a note, and it'll clear it out. Or you come here and see a complete log of everything that has been submitted, whether it's damage or issues with missing inventory, etc., throughout the duration of you using this app. You can click here and see a copy of it, and it'll give you a complete copy of the daily with any issues, and it'll tell you exactly what the issue is. If you put it back in service, it'll update it. Item has been fixed and it's now back in service. Come back here. You can go to the daily activity, and it'll show you what units for that day have submitted their daily so far, and it'll give you a compliance percentage of like what units are submitting it every single day as needed, what units are missing. If the supply cabinet starts running low on any equipment, you would get the alerts here. Right now, the inventory is tied into a 2023 inventory that I had done of the supply closet, so we would have to update that to what you currently actually have, but this shows you what's in stock. And if something is in stock and then a unit states that they're missing something, you could come here and link it to that, put it in the truck, and then mark it as complete. And it would actually it would remove whatever quantity you put in the unit from the total quantity here, and it'll clear this out and mark it as complete. So now that truck is in this page here. The truck would show that it has no longer an issue if all it was missing was a piece of equipment. You could come over here as well, and the AI would give you suggestions. And what it would do was match whatever's missing to anything that you might have in the supply closet. If we had the supply closet, let's say, organized by shelves, meaning like certain racks, or like rack A, rack B, shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. It would tell you exactly where that item is located and how many of it you would have in storage. But I don't know how we have that set up right now. So right now it's just kind of blank. And then as far as the apparatus status, this here is tied into the spreadsheets that the mechanics have been doing. It's live. So all I did was convert what the mechanics send out into a live Google Sheet. Same thing they have been doing, no changes there. And that's tied into the system. Any updates made to that sheet automatically reflect here, and it'll give you a breakdown. For example, Unit 1035 is now Rescue 1 because Rescue 1's front line is out of service. And it tells you here that it's a reserve is its initial assignment, but Rescue 1 is currently using it and where it's currently located at, so Station 1. So you can track all of the apparatuses within the fleet, and it also will highlight them in red if for whatever reason it's out of service per the mechanic spreadsheet. And then lastly, you could come here to your notifications, and then you can make all your modifications within this page here of how frequently you want emails, etc. Back at the main page, if you were to, let's say, for example, you're filling out a sheet and you notice there's an issue with an SCBA, right? So you could come over here, find or even keep it simple, the D cylinder, you're missing one, it's low on air, whatever. You can mark it here that it's low on air in the notes. And then it's as simple as like that would shoot off an email to the air techs. And you can assign that in the notifications tab that we were just under. And it would notify them that, hey, Rescue 1 is low on air or is missing a D cylinder or needs to replace a D cylinder. And that way they're aware of what units need what and everybody's kept up to date. If I mark that something has damage, if I come here to the main page, and we can add features. Right now, it's exactly how our current daily is. But if a user wanted to submit some type of damage aside from all the current damage system that we have in place or the SOGs that we have, they can mark the damage here and they could even take a picture of it. For example, let's just say the siren's not working, or no, because I can't show you that. The lights aren't working, right? So I come over here, I mark it as damage. I could take a picture of, let's say, a cracked light and submit it. And then in the dashboard, in the admin dashboard, you would see a picture of what the issue is. And I'll show you right now where you would find that. You go to here you go. You would come here and click view photo. I just submitted a picture of the logo, and you would see that what the actual damage is, and that could also be sent out to you. Well, you would be notified automatically in this panel, this dashboard, but we can also attach it, and it would send a copy to yourself and to the mechanics or whoever would need a copy of the damage report from here and an image of what's actually wrong with it, so they can see it and not have to wait to drive over for the truck to come over to see what they got coming their way. And that's it for the new updates.